Okay, here's the deal. Never in my life did I think I'd go viral thanks to a guy with a big D. In a weird way, I think the universe connected us, Anthony. Exhibit A. I made that dance video 10 years ago, before I ever heard of you. The original idea was, what if a guy was doing a Michael Jackson dance, and when he grabbed his crotch, his D was so big that it smacked into his chin and knocked him out? Wouldn't that be funny? When I learned about your D-related mishap, I reposted it with the caption that this is you dancing. And it just took off. I mean, it fit perfectly because it's like your D keeps foiling your endeavors. It's as if that video wandered through a desert of irrelevance for years, searching for a context. And finally, God snapped his fingers and delivered that context. It was you. You're the context I've been looking for. Exhibit B. Then I made the piano video and it surpassed the dance video. I reached the top of your hashtag. Mini Driver liked my reel.
How do you like them apps?
I was getting comments like, I'm never leaving this app. You hear that, social media? Isn't that what you want? For them to never leave? Help me help you. Give me a boost. Exhibit C. Suddenly, ads were being slapped on it, and I started getting earnings reports. They gave me a badge. I haven't gotten a badge since Cub Scouts. For 30 years, I had one badge for archery. Now I have a badge for making fun of someone's big D. I was suddenly filled with big D joke energy. I kept hearing Eminem in my head.
Back to reality, yo.
This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. I've got to repurpose more content about this guy's big D. I've never been more attuned to what a vast collection of D-themed videos I've made in my lifetime. You just became the subject of them because you were trending. But then I started getting comments like, I'm bad. Stop. That's not funny. You're being mean. I defended myself, but to no avail. I didn't think it was possible to bully someone for his big D, in the same way that it's not possible for a minority to be racist. I may be punching below the belt, but I'm not punching down. That belt is way up here, so for me, that's like still pretty level, if not, I'm still punching up. Exhibit D. Then I started to put myself in your place. Obviously, there's a human being behind that monster D. And you're probably going through a really confusing time right now. On the one hand, you didn't win the medal. On the other hand, the world knows you have a big D. On the other hand, they're laughing at it. On the other hand, it's not like you're the first person in history thwarted by his own D. Yours is not the worst story. You were pursuing a gold medal. I'm hoping to win an Oscar someday. Now, if the only thing that stopped me from doing that was my D ending up where it shouldn't be, that's a very different story. All I could tell you is what I tell myself. You can't control the outcome. We can only control the input. Does anybody know who won? I don't. I wasn't even watching the Olympics, but your big clumsy D cut through the noise and got on my radar. And the question is, how are we gonna move on? Anthony Ammirati, mon ami, I think you and I can make something really funny together that you'll feel good about. Let's collab.